Here we go. All right, perfect. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. I mean, look, this is all for like new agents. How a new agent who's submitted all their contracting can run quotes and submit applications before they have writing numbers, right? Naturally, when an agent has a writing number, they'll have the ability to log into the carrier website, run quotes and illustrations, and everything is great. But it's that transition, it's that beginning period that gets that's frustrating. So if you're not in Pennsylvania, this fully applies because Pennsylvania is one of the only states that requires contract writing numbers before you turn in business. You can turn in business without having a writing number as long as your paperwork is in. How you know all your paperwork is in is you go to writing numbers right here, and you're going to look up your name, and you want to make sure that it says JIT. That means just in time. We have your paperwork, it's in good order, right? Go ahead and you can submit business now. And what will happen is when you turn into business, we'll turn in your contract and paperwork at the same time. So underwriting for the client and contracting for your writing number happens at the same time, right? Okay, let's go through it real quick. I'm gonna go company by company. I'm gonna start with the biggest one, which is North American. North American is probably your best company when you don't have a writing number to leverage. What you do is you go to the website and you go to our IMO, and hit this our IMO. It'll basically forward you to the callums.com portal. Okay. When you're logged in, let me make sure I'm logged in. I'm not. Okay. Remember, you created this login in the beginning when you did contracting. So when you're logged in, you go right here to Agent Portal, eApp Services. Takes you to iGo. Try it now. You create an account. It takes about a day to get your account set up, right? You already got yours set up, if I'm not mistaken. From here, North American is the only company that will actually use iPipeline as their illustration software as well. So you have full access to doing GULs, terms, IULs with North American because you have access to iPipeline. So if you did I did a sample, right? Like I did a sample client. Sample client, right? And then 3 to 38-year-old male. Let's do sample IUL, whatever. You pick the state, pick the product that you want to run a quote on, right? Let's say it's Index Universal Life right here. Find available products. You're going to see all the companies that accept iPipeline for application submission. You'll see iGo app, right? These buttons represents the app. And you're also going to see quotes and illustrations, which means if there's a second button here, which North American is the only one that has it, you can run quotes, right? So if you're doing an IUL, right, you would pick right here for quotes, and it's their full software for running quotes. I mean, it's full-fledged. You can print illustrations, you can save illustrations, you can do everything, and you can submit the applications. See? So I can do an IUL, I can do a GUL, I can do a term product, we do everything here. Because when you get a writing number, this is still the same, you would still log into iPipeline to run the same quotes and submit the apps. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, this is for North America. Now, if I wanted to do, let's say, Foresters, right? And I didn't have a writing number, you can go right here to Mobile Quick Quotes. And Foresters, right here, if you click Foresters, it takes you to their mobile quoting system. The reason I'm saying Foresters here is because this Foresters Mobile Quick Quotes is the only one that actually prints out an illustration as well. So if you wanted to do like, I don't know, let's do like a term. You could pick medical, non-medical, right? Run the numbers, 35 mil, 250,000, good. You can hit get quote. There's the quote. And look at this button right here. Would the owner like to get a copy of it? Just click yes, pop in your email is what I would put. Hit email quote, and it gets and like an actual illustration that you can show with the client gets sent to your email, and then you can even forward it to the client. That make sense?
Yeah, that's good.
Now, when the client looks at that quote and says, I want to take an application, you're going to go back to iPipeline again, right? You go back to iPipeline on the Call UMS portal. start new case. You know, the client's name is John Smith. You know, his date of birth, whatever that was. He's a male, right? You could title it whatever you want, Forrester's term with his name. Select the state. It's a term product. Find available products. Here's all the companies again, except now you're going to pick Forrester's. So bottom line, the iPipeline access through our IMO, which is callums.com. That iPipeline lets you submit applications with any company we have that uses iPipeline for their system, right? But it also lets you run quotes for North American. So as long as you're getting the quote from somewhere else, you can go to iPipeline to submit the app. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Let me tell you the companies that do not use iPipeline, where your only option to get a physical quote in your hands and submit the application is either you wait till you get a contract number or you submit a paper application. Those companies are Allianz, American National, Oxford. Those three happen to be some of our major companies we write, where you have to actually, call UMS. You have to call John Countryman, right? You can call him. There's a phone number right there. You got to call him, ask him to email you a quote. And then when you submit the application, you're going to actually need to have him send you a paper application and submit a paper app if you don't feel like waiting for the contract writing number. If you don't mind waiting for the writing number, you got to make sure you communicate with Sandra that you want a writing number to get activated. How you do that, right, is you go right here to, where is it? Support Center. Carrier contracts requests. So if you need Sandra or our licensing team to push contracts to begin contracting, you got to go right here to carrier contract requests and fill out this info.
Okay.
So if you submitted the app, you got to do this. If you haven't submitted the app, you still got to do this. This is the only thing that lets our licensing team know begin contracts. If you don't do this, there's no way they know. So you could submit the application on iPipeline and contracting doesn't begin because we don't know to begin contracts. And then what will happen is the carrier will be like, I don't know who Jennifer Jung is, kicks back the application. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So we did Forrester's, we did North American. We talked about Allianz, Anaco, and Oxford, how it's paper. Let's do NLG. NLG, right? You can actually, with NLG, without a writing number, you can go right here to agency life quotes under the Call UMS portal.
Mm-hmm.
This is what pops up. This is a quoting system for multiple companies. Here you could do term insurance. Here you can do GULs. What you cannot do here are IULs with full-blown illustrations, GULs with full-blown illustrations. All it's going to give you is the monthly cost. It's not going to show you an actual illustration. Does that make sense? Look how cool it works, because, let's say, you're meeting with a client. His name is Tony Martinez, kind of funny. His date of birth is November 12th, 1981. He's a male. He's a non-tobacco user. He's in the state of whatever, they call him, let's say Illinois. You ask him his height and weight. He's a healthy guy. You do preferred or standard if you want two quotes. Let's say you want to show him a 30-year term, and you also want to show him a GUL that's guaranteed to age 100. You can go right here to age 100. Right, so now you're looking at two different quotes. Let's say you want to do multiple companies. So you could do NLG. You could do term. You could do NLG. You could do, I don't know, let's pick Mutual of Omaha, whatever. Let's say the dollar amount is 500,000, but you also want to show them 750,000. You could put your information here afterwards so that whatever presentation gets pulled up, has all the info, your email, your phone number, your license. When you hit run quotes, you're going to see all the quotes pop up. Here's the 30-year quote, 30-year term right here, right? See, this is preferred non-tobacco, preferred non-tobacco, preferred, but then look, standard, 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 right? The 500,000, the 750, like it's all broken down. Or you could do the GUL right here. And look what it says. There's nothing for GUL because we picked companies that actually don't have a GUL in their platform. Let me see here real quick.
See, because I tried this yesterday and I got, it said 0 and 0 results. And I was like, what am I doing wrong?
Well, it depends on what you did. Notice I didn't pick a company that has a to age 100, so nothing popped up.
Oh, okay.
So let's do it again real quick. Let's actually pick a company that has it, right? So I'm going to create the same parameters. I'm in Illinois. You want preferred and standard. You want the 30-year term plus the to age 100. That's the GUL. Now let's pick, we picked National Life, and let's also pick American National. Where is it? American National right here, because they have a GUL. You can even pick North American here. So even though you can run full quotes on the iPipeline, you can pick North American here also.
Okay.
Right, let's do 500,000. So the same parameters. Let's just pick the right companies, right? Run the quotes. There's your term quotes. But look at the GUL, bam, there's GULs.
Okay.
So if the company offers it, it'll show it. If the company doesn't offer it, it won't show it.
Okay.
What's cool about it is you can select which one you like. You can select which one you want to show the client. Right? Select them. Then you can go right here to share. What I like to do is I like to text message them the link. So you click text, you pick what kind of presentation do you want, a detailed presentation, a condensed presentation, a features comparison, a price comparison, right? I'll pick detailed. You put their phone number. What's your phone number?
847-204-8082.
Right, you put the client's number there. You can even personalize it right here, right? See you next month. You can personalize whatever you want. Hit send. Success. Let me know if it's been sent to your phone. You get a text message?
Yeah, I did.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that is cool.
Now what you're gonna, now if I hit this button right here, view PDF, this is what just got text message to you. This link right here. So what I like to do typically is I like to keep that link in like a notes of my own. And I text message to the client, but I keep the link to myself because if the client ever wants to revisit it in a couple of days because they don't want to decide right away, you could open up that link and you can see the quote all over again.
Okay.
Now, here's the other part that's cool. The client says, okay, cool. I like it. I want to do this one. You could hit get started. You could do a drop ticket IGO. And if that company uses IGO to submit the apps, what is it going to do? It's going to automatically push that information to iPipeline and let you begin the application process.
Oh, okay.
Let me make sure I did that right. Hang on. North American get started. I don't, maybe it's not a drop ticket. Maybe it's online application. No, how it works. No, it is. It is a drop ticket. I don't know why it didn't push me over there. Drop ticket. Oh, here it is, man. I gotta allow. My bad. Let me try it again. Allow pop-ups. So we'll pick North American again because North American uses IGO. Why is it still doing that to me? Always allow. Done. I don't know why it's blocking me. Back here. Shouldn't block me once I allow. Let's try it. And it is allow. I think there might be something like I might. Well, anyways, once you allow, it'll forward you right to the eApp. If you don't want to go that route, then you just simply go back to eApp services. You know, you keep the quote, like print the quote that you have, go to eApp services, log in, and start the application process. Remember, any company that accepts IGO, you can go right through here. If you want a list of companies that accept IGO, you go right here again, back again, And these are a list of all the companies that accept IGO.
Okay, cool.
If they don't accept IGO, your only choice is wait to get a writing number or submit a paper application. Is the
Okay.
only choice. So you can run quotes either through the agent quoting system right here at ums.com. You can run quotes by going to the mobile quick quotes link that we have here,
Mhm.
right? Like Foresters, I just showed you that, right? You could do Anico, you could do term and GUL right here. You could do final expense through Oxford, but all of these, the only thing these are gonna do is give you the price. Foresters is the only one that gives you the actual illustration that you can email, right? That's just the mobile system, right? North American is the only one that you can go on iPipeline and do full quotes and illustrations, no problem. You know, so you have a lot of places you can go to. If you want, what I would say to you is this: IULs are probably the ones that you're going to be like, man, if I'm not using North American, where am I going to get it? IULs are the only ones that if you're not going to use North American, your only option until you get a writing number is either to have your upline run you the quote and send it to you, or you contact John Countryman at our back office, and he's the sales support. Ask him to run you the illustration. But I would say this I would say this to any brand new agent that doesn't have experience. I'm not saying you, but I'm just for the video purposes, people who can watch this. If you're a brand new agent and you don't have experience, when you call John, make sure you're calling with your upline so that your upline can help teach you how to communicate with a sales illustration manager on how, what to do and how to run the quotes. Okay. And then most importantly, when you submit business, if you do not have a writing number, whether you submitted it or you didn't submit it and you need a writing number, you always got to go right here to Support Center and you have to request, right? You have to request the contracts. Otherwise, it will kick back and you're screwed. Last bit of advice I would tell you is this: any company that you used to write that you were a part of a captive organization on, before you write business, you want to make sure that when you got contracted with the company, that it was assigned to TKO as your upline. For example, NLG, I've realized anybody that came from practice company, anybody that came from a captive operation that wrote NLG, it's almost better that they get a writing number first before they turn in business without a writing number, because the computer system, if you turn in the business and you don't have a writing number on there, it might look for old writing numbers. And if it finds an old writing number you had at a different IMO, it might activate that application under that IMO or that FMO. And then you gotta retract the application, start all over, meet with the client. It's just a headache and a half. So any company that you used to write before, just make sure, in my opinion, before you submit business without a writing number, get a writing number first. Okay. And then when you get the writing number, call that company and make sure that you're assigned to the right uplines. Cool.
Yes, thank you so much, Tony.
You're very welcome. I'm always here. Shoot me a buzz. You know what I mean? Remember, UMS is open till 4:30 Eastern time. John is a world of advice. He'll be really great for all of that stuff. And anything you need, I'm here for you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.